right, I want to show what I do with anybody who's watching my YouTube videos can see that I have been in the last month or so kind of trying to make my own patterns when it comes to single boxed numbers. I kind of was doing the doubles and I let it go and just I add them in here, but I'm not really following them in a sense anymore, writing down anything for it because it was just too much. So for doubles, I like to look at all the other different filters on Pick34. So this is just going to be for an update as to what's going on. So instead of writing them all down in a notebook, Mike over at Pick34sug was nice enough to put them on his site, and he did this, which is absolutely awesome. And now I can actually just come here and look at it and not have to put all that down on paper, which saves me so much time. I mainly play Minnesota and Wisconsin, but I like to also play on Bet Any Sports, and I think this is going to open the door to a lot of wins, which is pretty awesome. So first of all, if you go to pick34sug.com, you can go to just put Derek project in, and it will show you right here the box patterns, and then you can do descending. I'm trying to get used to this because I'm always used to it reading it from down below. But anyway, so and then you can go down to the bottom here, and there's more filter info. And if you go to that, it's right here, and it shows you what each of these are. And then you can watch my other videos too on YouTube. What I'm doing, I have been tracking the V tracks. Actually, I've been tracking 123 through 345 because those hit the most when it comes to singles. But then I realized 10 through 18 and then keys 0 through 3 are like the top ones out of that batch. And so what I do is I just been doing that. And then on the A tracks is the same situation, 024 through 013. And I just going to start tracking those. So when you see them over here on the site, that's these right here, sums 10. I'm sorry, that's not it. This is down here, the V track. So if it hits, and then which one it was, and it's only 10 through 18 and 0 through 3. Okay, so that's important to remember. So when you're looking at that, this is right here. So like V track 124 hit, and that we know that's a 10 through 18. Okay, and so when you see there's a gap there, this is what I've been doing for the last month or so. You see there's a gap, you know that 10 through 18 is about to drop, which is helpful. I mean, and then what I also like to do is hide this. And then what I like to do is the first thing is right here, the SG box. Okay, here. Okay, I'm sorry. I should start here. So obviously the order that they drop in, and then also the 0 to 3 key if it was used. And then also the draw, the box, the sum. And then what I was doing with the sums is when it was a 12 through 15, which is the heavy hitter group, which is right here. Sorry, right here, heavy group. When this would hit 12 through 15, sums 12 through 15, I would typically circle those because when one hits, a lot of times within a draw or two, another one hits. I've found that pages and pages of my notebook, and it's just happens a lot. And then this is the big one right here. So all this has just been trial and error for the last, since I started a couple months ago. Right here, this is I wasn't even going to follow all these. It was just to see which one was showing me something, and you can watch my other videos on it. But this one here has just been showing me some stuff. So when you look at the green, you'll see 22. You'll see 22. You'll see 22. There's some 20s there, 23, 23, 23, 22, 22, 22, 22, right? And, every state's different, but 22. And so if greens do and you think a 22 is going to hit, then you can go to the pattern information and you can go down to here. And what it is, 22 is going to give you, that's a 0 through 3 keys. So 22 will give you right here. So it'll be these green right here. And then here I have it actually, I just put it in my computer. It's easier for me to do that. The green is right down here. So right there, those numbers right there. So it's sums 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. On the site, it actually shows it. I think down in here that this is the heavy hitter group. So this one here is different. So when you're looking at the heavy hitter group, it's this right here. Okay, right now we're talking about the SG box, and the SG box is this one right here. This is going to be not just 0 to 3 keys. It's going to be all the keys. Okay, this is just 0 to 3 keys. Okay, and this one's interesting. But this here, so you're going to follow just the green. But this 22 and 23, oh my gosh, you can go state by state. And I'm just learning this today because he just did this for me. And I'm excited because I'm seeing lots of repeats. And that's what I was excited to do, to find, because you'll see in a lot of these, like the red one, you'll see a lot of 17s I've been seeing in other states, or 7s, 7s and 17s. There's a bunch of 7s there. Remember, there's only 5 numbers. There's only 5 numbers in 7. So if it's been out for a while and you can look at 7, 7, 17, if you know it's about to hit soon, just play that or get ready for that. You know, a lot of times I haven't even got to doing that yet. So what I've been doing is I'll look, like, for instance, so I put this one up for an example. Like, I'll go to state charts and I'll see, okay, Virginia's 2 is out, and I'll go to chance and distance. I go open up, 2 is out for 12 draws. It's probably going to hit soon. A lot of times I'll check out key A to see what's due. So what's due for that. And then I'll come over to here and I'll look at this, and I'll start on this one here to see if there's anything due. And purple, I mean, look at the purple. 1, 2, 3, 4, hit, hit, hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, hit. 1, 2, hit, right? And so I kind of like to do that a lot of times on paper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, hit, hit. So that's what I like to do, and you can tell purple likes to hit. So, I mean, is the purple going to hit tomorrow? Maybe, but there's a good chance that it will. But here's a so that's what I'll do, is I'll not necessarily look at the purple, because I'm still new to it myself, trying to figure this out, was which ones hit the most out of the purple. But you can tell here, like, look at 13, 13, 13, 13, right? And then I also base it all off of keys that are due and pairs boxed that are due. Those are the 2 things I first write down in the sums to see what's going on. And if I can see if I can go and match that up with a pair that's due. I have way too many things open. I don't even want to get in that right now, but it's one of so many things I could do. I should make a video as to how I do it, because it could help people maybe, and I can get ideas from other people too. So it's all I'm about is getting wins, and getting those. I like to get the $80, $250 wins multiple times, and constantly. So that's what I like to do, and I love to get the bigger ones. I'm trying to get in that pick 4, and but right now I'm just trying to learn these patterns. So that's what the SG box is, and you can if you think a purple is going to hit, just play the purple. If you think a red's going to hit, and let's say the red's been out for I mean, look, it hits all the time. Let's say it's been out for, there's a big gap, and you're like, oh, the red's about to hit. All right. If you're playing on, like, Bet Any Sports, you can take all those, which is only 40 numbers. There's like, I can't remember how many keys or how many numbers there's, like 200 some keys. You can play all those and still suffer loss and suffer, a few days loss before you'd still get profit on, like, Bet Any Sports. But I don't do that. I like to find the key that's due, or at least play a couple different keys. And then just narrow it down, but stay within that. Like, I'll fish out of that pool. That's my main thing, is like purple. Like here for Virginia, I would fish out of the purple, just out of the purple right now, because that's going to hit regardless if you win or not. Fish out of the purple if I were you, because that purple's about to hit, and that's not that many numbers. And what's nice is this right here. Go over to this one. Green, green. 2 greens in a row. Now, could it be 3 or 4? Sure. Well, look at here's 3, here's 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you got to watch for that. But a lot of times it will switch over. There's 3. There's 2, 1, 2. So there was a couple times where I went up 3 or 4. but right now it's at 2. So it's like, is it a risk to remove the green? Maybe, but a lot of times that's the risk I take. So I'll go in here and I'll just remove the green over here. This is the 0 to 3, what you're reading right over here. The 0 to 3 is right here. So I'd remove these ones right here. Okay. And then also you can look at the red here, the heavy, medium, light. 2 reds in a row. I mean, if you think that red's not going to hit, you can go over here and remove the red numbers, you know, and just fish like that. That's going to dramatically reduce that purple pool that you started with. You're already starting with only 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. You're starting with 40 numbers. And you go and reduce some numbers from here and here. Now you're probably down to under 20, you know, and then you start doing your keys that are due, your pairs that are due. Try to do conservatively and not reduce too much and reduce the, you know, weed out the winner, which sucks and I do too often. Do it more conservative and have a, you know, sure, maybe you'll have to play 15, 16, 17 numbers, but you could still get box and win 80. I mean, is that still not a profit? You know, not always about getting those giant straights. So fishing out of, you know, especially at 2 right now. 2 is due in Virginia. 2's going to hit, you know, it's out. What did it say? 16. Okay, I'm sorry, 12 draws. So maybe a couple more days, but 2 does not stay out long. 0 to 3 does not stay out long. So I would think that 2 is going to hit in Virginia, and I think it's going to probably come in a purple. And you can also look at the purples and see, like, when the 2 hits, like, does it, like, where does it fall, you know? Like, how often does it fall in the purple? So that's the patterns I'm doing. And this 10 through 18 sums here, I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep this in here, but I have been seeing some things too. Like there it is, that 107 sticking out before on paper for me. But, you know, every state's different. There'll be different states. But it'll be interesting over the next couple of months when I can really start tracking this and seeing which one of these, you know, I know if you did like hundreds and hundreds of draws, a lot of it's going to balance out, but you know, there's always going to be some that stick out. So that's what that is there. And that is right here. So I was considered 101 through 110 low and then 111 through 120 high. And this one has an extra one in there. Oops, right? It's not an act. It just happened to be that there's one extra one. I didn't want to get, is what it is. So, but, so yeah, so that's that. And if you look here, so like 116 hit, and you can see right down here, 116. There's only 4 numbers in there. Yeah, there's only 1 with 5 in there. But so, and then there's the V-tracks I explained. There's only 10 through 18, 0 to 3 key. So that's what I'll do. Like I'd fish out of that purple if I was in Virginia. And like, for instance, if you go to, let's just try another one. So I got to win. I'll talk about that later, what I've been doing in my own state and stuff. But right now I'm just trying to give some examples. So like Iowa, I think that was one I wanted to show you. So let's see, Iowa. First of all, double. But no, okay, so like the red, I think there was one in here. Like, look at the 17s in here. Look at this, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17. You know, if you can, 17, you know, every state's going to like some different numbers, right? 17, 17, that's just crazy. 17. So, yeah, so you think 17 is going to hit? I mean, watch for it if it's out for a while. And, you know, that's kind of maybe too much guesswork there. So that's why like I said, I always go off of the keys first and pairs do and sums and stuff. Anybody who watch some other videos, I always do combination analysis over on Lottery Posts, and I try to find a time period, which is super unique, and it's pretty powerful stuff. For example, but if I don't have, like I'll show you Rhode Island, like if I don't have a time period like this, then I get rid of quads here and I do box only. And I'll show you an example here. I do 4 years, continue. I'll go to last scene, and now you'll see this, watch. This is today's drawing, which I literally missed by 1. Yeah, I missed it by 1. So 9, 8, you'll see all these single digits, and then there's a double digit. I'm sorry, right here in the times drawn, and another double digit, another double digit, another double digit. I just talked about this in another video, and you see these double digits, right? It's almost guaranteed. Well, it is guaranteed. There's going to be a double digit here any day. Okay, it's well overdue. Look at all double digits. So if you think a double digit is going to drop, which I really do think it's going to drop, you go over to the double digits. Okay, right here. Not talking about the combination. I'm talking about the times drawn. I'm going to copy 9. Okay, because 9 will turn to a 10. It'll be a double digit. So I'm going to copy only 9 through 15. Look how many numbers that is. You just reduced. This is the pool that I'm fishing out of right now in Rhode Island, because it reduced all these 48 and it reduced all of these, which, obviously 715 total for pick 4. And I actually have it over here, right here, this small, and I put it over here and I call it double digits 4 years, because I know that this pool is going to hit soon. I've won in Wisconsin doing this. I won the other day doing the same thing for pick 3. I have a great time period for pick 3. It's a 1 turning to a 2. Actually, right here, show it to you. Right here, it was winning 0-205. I thought it was going to come 205, but it came 520, but I still got it boxed. But I fished out of that small little pool right there. And I knew that a 1 was going to turn to a 2, because this time period, September, well, I moved the date along. That's another video for another day, but I moved the date along and it stays pretty static. And you can tell it's loaded with 2s. So I fish out of this pool of 40 some numbers instead of 220. And then I knew a 2 was going to hit. It was just like almost guaranteed. It was crazy. And it did hit. And I wish I would have put more on it. And to be honest with you, 025 and 027 are 2 of the numbers that I thought that it wouldn't be. So I only put $1 on them. So kind of frustrated that, but it's still a win. And see, that's what I do at the time periods. But if I don't have a time period, what I will do is I will just start over here, and I'll do like I was doing in my notebook, but now thanks to Mike over here, this side, I can actually look at it on here now, and I can find patterns, like let's just do one more like I looked at, one more example. So I wanted to show you one more example. I'm already too long in the video, sorry. I was going to keep this 5 minutes. That didn't happen. Look at Delaware. Red, 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 red. And there's been a couple of doubles in between there, right? But look at all that red. And first of all, look at the V-track hit. That was obvious that there's going to be a 10 through 18, 0 to 3 key hitting. Because there's only 0 to 3 key, and look at that. That's crazy. One thing I would say, even though it's only 0 to 3, I do think it's still beneficial to write these ones down, 0 to 1, 2, 3 through 345, because they hit the most. And I have them right here. I always keep the whole batch of A-tracks and V-tracks, not just 0 to 3, because they hit all the time. If you watch my other videos, and everybody knows that. It's nothing new. I'm not saying anything new here. But anyway, the red here, look at the red, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a great chance that it won't be a red. So if you think it's not going to be a red, you can just go and remove the red. And you're just going to make sure. These are kind of, you got to get used to what they are, like this, that heavy hitters group. This is the one with the small one. So you're going to remove the red right there. I mean, you removed a good amount of numbers. Now you're going to just work out of this pool, but it's not just that. A lot of times you will find some kind of pattern or something going on over here, like purple again. Look at the purple. Purple is so due. Yeah, purple hits. Call red the heavy hitter because it has more, but look at the purple. Purple, like so far in every state. I'm so excited to go through all these states. I'm going to spend hours just digging through here. Look at the 17s again. Man, you can make so much money. You just playing 5 numbers, and you think for sure it's going to hit soon. You can make so much money on that, especially online. So yeah, purple. I'd fish out of the purple and no red and go for it, because, and then you can always go look at, Delaware to see what keys are due. There's, 5, you pick a couple different ones. I always like to do that. Middays, it's going for like a 5 and a 1, like a 9, 5 and a 1. I would throw those in there. I still do the old school. I'm trying to learn the NOS, but I'll do the slasher, and I do that stuff. I got the workshop. I got I got so many damn windows open. In my inspect thing here, I do. This is one of my favorite ones. Digit filters by key. A lot of times I'll do the neighbors and I'll look for gaps. I play the gap, but I'll find one that's like significant or the opposite too. Like this one, for instance, like in Wisconsin, like right here. So four out. So I look for that, and it's been out 6 there. So those are just little things that I do. Yeah, so that's hopefully people can get some wins using this stuff. I'll make some more videos. If somebody wants show what I'm doing exactly from start to finish and how I use this. I'm kind of all over the board right now because I'm still new to it today. You know, I've been doing this for a couple months, but I'm excited to see it on here and able to go through each state and able to actually probably go and bet any sports and make some real money with it. So thank you, and hopefully it helps other people. Have a good night.